Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a drive in this immaculate 1979 Ford Bronco Ranger XLT with the factory chromatic stripes and the freewheeling package. This is the rare, the baddest of all the second gen Broncos. Hard to find. This one's a beauty, fully restored, frame off, rebuilt everything, over 2 years in the making. It's got the original 351 engine rebuilt. It's a full-time four-wheel drive, and my favorite, it's got the extremely rare captain's chairs. Look at these. Yes, the high back, dual armrest, 70s cool captain's chairs. Just want you to take a look at the paint real quick. I mean, it looks like glass. You will not find anything wrong with it. It's immaculate. Better than it was when it rolled off the factory in 1979. And look at this. I mean, this interior. Look at those door panels. You can't find these, and this just shows you how good a condition it was in, because we did not restore those. Those are original. And those are usually the first things to get torn up and ripped in high-use Broncos, but not this one. So this one was loaded out with the Ranger XLT package. And again, the high back captain's chairs, dual armrest. That was a really rare option. They only offered that in 1979. Most people didn't opt for it. It was fairly expensive. And we had these seats redone. It took a long time, but SMS Auto Fabrics out of Oregon, they are the only ones who get the original material that matches exactly what Ford put in the late 70s. So this looks identical to how it was in 1979. Trust me, it is not cheap and it's not easy to get. It takes a while, but it is totally worth it, because I can't stand when I see seats that have just been redone poorly. These are like art. I mean, this material, I call it the Indian blanket material. I mean, 70s, awesome. We did the factory correct carpet too, and ox blood, original steering wheel, great shape. We put a new radio in it and new speaker up there. It's got Bluetooth capabilities, the original glove box facade. Look at this, the console with the original keys. I mean, that is clean as a whistle. These consoles usually didn't fare too well, but this one's in really good shape. No scratches, no blemishes on it. And again, the door panel. These usually would get scraped up just from like high use and stuff, but this was a really well taken care of Bronco. All right, well, let's go take a ride. So again, like I've said, we had this thing completely restored. The engine was pulled, completely rebuilt. Carburetor rebuilt, transmission rebuilt. Everything works.
Passes the abuse downstream to the family's ambition.
Yes. That's what it's about right there. Anyway, yes, like, so everything works. You see fuel gauge, temperature gauge, our signals all work, all the lights work. It idles beautifully. That exhaust is just amazing. We put a new exhaust on there, and That matched with the rebuilt 351. It's just amazing. We did the 2-inch rough country lift and new BFG KO2 33s, my favorite tire to put on these second gen Broncos. So this was my first. I've restored three second gen Broncos in the past. This was my fourth, and I've never done a chromatic one. And I said I was never going to do one unless I could find a true chromatic Bronco that was from the factory that way. Most people just throw the chromatic tape stripes on non-factory ones. And I said, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to wait till I find the right one. And I looked for years. Finally found this one, and it had more than I was even expecting. It had full-time 4-wheel drive, which is an awesome option on these, highly sought after. Most people found the full-time 4-wheel drive ones, you know, in the 90s when these were really cheap to grab, and they would make them mud buggies, and they just ruined them, rusted them out, wrecked them. So when you can find a full-time 4-wheel drive that's been taken care of, you know, jump all over it. But this one had, you know, the Ranger package, the XLT package. It had the full-time 4-wheel drive. Like I said, it was a factory chromatic stripe Bronco with the FreeWheeling package. So all the black accents, black bumpers, black mirrors, black grille. And then the icing on the cake for me was these captain's chairs, these high backs with the dual armrest. I mean, what an awesome, I gotta pull them down just to show. What an awesome feature this is. Look at that. You know, I feel like I'm in like a cool 70s movie with these things on. I love it. The oxblood and red interior, by far my favorite. Really pops with the black. And again, it's like driving a new Bronco from the late 70s. I mean, steering's been done, shocks, springs, leafs, the lift, the tires. I mean, for a ginormous box that sits up high, it really handles beautifully. The engine, just no issues. Let's get out on this road and get to moving. Great power. Now that it's rebuilt and the rebuilt transmission, look, I'm already almost up to 55, almost up to 60. Look at that. 60 miles an hour, no problem. No weird vibrations, no weird sounds. You can drive it with one finger if you want to. Just an awesome handling Bronco. Gets so much attention. People go crazy for it everywhere you go. You get all the honks, you get all the thumbs up, all the waves. And again, you can see here, the temperature holds normal. Speedometer works. Like I said, the fuel gauge works. And just 70s awesome. I mean, look at this interior. It was just done to the T. Dash is perfect. Look at this back seat. The panels are all there. All the plastic is still there. And it's console's great. Let's get her up to speed, baby. Miles an hour, no problem. One finger. But no hands. Holding its temps. And again, this is a 2-inch 12-inch lifted box from the 70s going 65 miles down a 2-lane road. And this engine just wants more. I mean, it's a beast. This is one of the most fun vehicles I've ever driven. It handles great, it sounds great, it looks the best. Just a blast. The steering wheel doesn't vibrate. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna keep on trucking. Take care.